Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, the Grass Ninja. Welcome to the channel, and today we're talking about the Rasengan. So this is another entry into the new series we're doing on the channel where we're getting hyped for the new Minato manga. So if you didn't know, Kishimoto straight up said, since Minato is the most popular dude in the whole world right now, I'm gonna write a short manga on him. And he wants to match the expectations of the fans, and he wants to cover a story behind the secrets of Minato's jutsu, and he even wrote more pages than originally anticipated. So right now we don't know if Kishimoto's writing and drawing, and we're gonna get like our first Kishimoto short manga since we got like Naruto Gaiden with Shin, or if it's gonna be like Sasuke Retsudan or any of the other short mangas we've gotten recently. But yeah, for right now, we're expecting something huge about Minato and the secret behind his jutsu, so why not cover all of the dude's jutsu, starting with the fourth Hokage's most famous creation, the Rasengan. Now that might actually be controversial to say a little bit, because for one, Minato is stated to have like the Rasengan be based off of a tailed beast bomb. So like, is it really his creation if he's just copying the tailed beasts? Or we also have Studio Pro to thank for some of the shenanigans in the Indra Ashura storytelling, where we saw Ashura use the Ame no Mi Hashira, which is essentially like 3 different jutsus combined into one. Now, my boy Ashura, let's talk about this one for a second, because regardless of the filler status of it all, my boy Ashura has a jutsu where he not only creates a bunch of Rasengans, but he houses them within a barrier jutsu, and he can actually use those Rasengans as projectiles. So that's 3 super intricate things going on in this, because my boy Ashura right here is broken. Not only is he using a barrier ninjutsu, but when you look up the Ame no Mi Hashira, you figure out that these are large spiraling spheres of chakra, okay? Which means the spiraling sphere, right? The spiraling chakra sphere is the literal English translation for Rasengan. And the fact that we're getting large, we got Odama Rasengans trapped within a barrier in the numbers that function as projectiles. And the only way we've seen anyone throw a Rasengan was by adding some sort of nature energy to it or senjutsu chakra to it. So this thing is amped beyond belief, alright? Now, did Ashura create this jutsu and then like left some notes about it and Minato stumbled upon them? Who knows, bro? Because if Kishimoto's trying to canonize these events or whatever, then that's a story he could finally tell or whatever. Or maybe he did steal this from the tailed beast and he saw Kushina go on a rampage one night, and we get a story like that. And then he gets inspired to start his 3-year journey into creating the Rasengan. I don't know. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what the secret behind the Rasengan could be, because for one, we have the filler Ashura stuff that could get canonized by Kishimoto, and we know we have manga statements that say Minato is believed to have based the Rasengan off of the tailed beast bomb. We don't have any panels saying Minato was fighting a tailed beast and then wanted to steal their move. All we have is Killer B telling us that when Naruto wanted to learn the tailed beast bomb, he tried using the Rasengan with tailed beast chakra, and it just naturally started forming a tailed beast bomb. And then Killer B says that the 4th Hokage must have passed down the tailed beast bomb to you through his jutsu. Alright? Which is insane. So, canonically, the Rasengan was created by Minato, but it's believed to be based off the tailed beast bomb from Killer B's statements, okay? Now, we also know Minato did spend about 3 years creating the Rasengan, which is considered to be the pinnacle of shape transformation. Now, since this jutsu represents the highest form of shape transformation, mastering the Rasengan also grants the user of it a great deal of mastery over shape transformation in general. Even if they're unaware of the concept like Kid Naruto, people like Kakashi, who passed down his jutsu to Sasuke, they eventually evolved Chidori to like things like Kirin, and we know Chidori was Kakashi's attempt to evolve the Rasengan. So this pinnacle shape transformation stuff can go pretty nuts. Like many of Minato's jutsu though, the the Rasengan doesn't require hand seals, okay? Which means Minato, like a lot of people, might have Shinjutsu. I don't freaking know. I'm joking, bro. Relax. Anyway, once it's formed, it doesn't require any additional chakra to sustain it, okay? So basically, the Rasengan is self-sustaining, meaning that there's no definitive time limit to how long you can maintain the Rasengan, because you don't have to constantly pump your chakra into it. Unlike a fireball jutsu, where you would constantly pump out chakra to continuously blow fire, the Rasengan is self-sustaining, okay? Now, the Rasengan will dissipate or explode, because it's based off of the tailed beast bomb, once it collides into something, okay? Now, this isn't always the case, but even if it's like the unintended target, the idea of the Rasengan is once it makes contact with something, it'll explode and burst. That's the whole thing. Now, this Rasengan, right, though its shape is basically consistent from user to user, greater experience with the Rasengan allows people to create larger versions of them, like the Odama and the Cho-Odama Rasengan, or sometimes multiple Rasengans, like having one in each hand. Naruto was able to actually prevent the Rasengans from detonating in his fight against Toneri in Naruto the Last, using them sort of like the twin lion fist, or basically just really powerful chakra boxing gloves, right? And then we also seen Konohamaru purposefully detonate his Rasengan in that super awesome scene where Konohamaru did something finally, even though he didn't do anything. But yeah, the Rasengan basically requires an extremely refined sense of chakra control on top of mastering shape transformation, something that very few ninja just naturally possess. For this reason, it took my boy Minato, a natural genius, about 3 years to create the jutsu. But when it came to teaching the jutsu, right, still incredibly difficult, coming in at an A rank difficulty. In order to help others gain the necessary chakra control and attempt to learn the Rasengan, it was basically broken up into 3 steps, where you were given a water balloon, a rubber ball, and then a regular balloon. And this is an attempt to master chakra rotation, chakra output in order to create more power, and then you had to master containment, okay? Now, we've seen multiple characters undergo the Rasengan training, which utilizes a water balloon in the first stage in an attempt to master your chakra rotation. You basically have to pop the water balloon by rapidly rotating your chakra in all different directions, and then you should have it pop. Now, once you've mastered that and you can do that consistently, you're supposed to move on to stage 2, where you get a rubber ball. This is way harder than the water balloon stage because the rubber ball is more resistant, and you need to be able to pop it like you did the water balloon. This makes you master power, where you output way more chakra, and you still have to rotate it just as wildly, if not more so, to burst the rubber ball like you did the water balloon. And then finally, you're going to get a regular balloon, just an ordinary balloon filled with air. In order to contain that massive power that you use to pop the rubber ball, you need to hold all that chakra into the shape of the balloon. And if you can do this without popping the regular balloon and still have the same output and rotation, you've essentially mastered the Rasengan. Now, Minato created the Rasengan with the intention of combining it with his own chakra natures. Now, this proved to be a little difficult for my man, and he didn't have a long life to work with, because he ended up dying from the Nine Tails attack. You know, my boy Kurama just kind of poked him and he was done. But Kakashi also failed to combine the Rasengan with his lightning chakra nature, which actually led to the invention of the Chidori. So he wasn't able to maintain the whole chakra rotation, but he could do the power and containment and then add a chakra nature, which led to Chidori. So even though he has the Rasengan and he's mastered the chakra control and has the pinnacle of shape transformation, creating Chidori took it to another level. And passing that to Sasuke, right? We saw what Sasuke was able to do with Chidori. He made Senbone needles, he made a sword, he made a spear. My dude made Kirin. My dude had Indra's arrow. All this starts from the fundamentals of Chidori, bro, which is insane. Now, Naruto initially struggled to combine the Rasengan with his own wind nature, which he described as trying to look left and right at the same time. Naruto eventually overcame this by using shadow clones, thanks to Kakashi's guidance and stuff. So this obstacle was overcame by shadow clones, by having one of them provide the necessary skills to use the nature transformation, while another shadow clone focused on the formation of the Rasengan, thereby creating the first ever completed nature release Rasengan in the wind style Rasengan. Naruto eventually takes the shape transformation to the next level and is one of the only people to expand the Rasengan beyond just its original orb shape by creating the wind style Rasen Shuriken. Now, we also have Boruto. Later in the Boruto series, he's also able to achieve Minato's goal of adding a nature transformation to the Rasengan when Boruto unconsciously adds his lightning nature to the Rasengan, which allows him to throw it as a projectile at targets. Boruto's also applied his own variation of the wind release Rasengan by adding wind nature to the Rasengan, which is also a projectile. Now, according to the data books, Minato's chakra natures were fire, wind, and lightning release, and he also had yin release and yang release. So my boy Minato, if he was trying to do anything, he'd probably go for a fire style, lightning, or wind release jutsu, but I could also see him trying to use yin or yang release to create some sort of ceiling Rasengan where he could implement, like, you know, some sort of like trigram whatever on boy after he exploded him. Who knows? Minato's the GOAT, you know what I mean? But there's a bunch of different Rasengan variants that Minato's already capable of doing, and we're going to talk about some of them. Now, I want to let you know some of these do come out of the movies, which aren't entirely canon, but I mean, we talked about Ashura already, so it doesn't matter if we bring up canon or non-canon Rasengans. Let's just talk about what our boy Minato's been able to do. Now, some of the Rasengan variants that we're going to talk about, for one, is the Supreme Ultimate Rasengan. Now, this comes out of Naruto The Lost Tower, which was one of the Naruto movies, not officially canon or anything, but Naruto goes back in time on a mission and then he ends up meeting his dad, right? Now, Naruto merges his Rasengan with Minato's Rasengan to create a whole new jutsu. Now, this Rasengan is like a drill that literally drills through their opponent, and it causes like crazy amounts of damage. The Supreme Ultimate Rasengan has several streams of chakra spiraling around the center, but those streams also come down and cover Naruto and Minato, and they function as like a barrier. So these streams are capable of like deflecting oncoming attacks as well. So the Supreme Ultimate Rasengan isn't just like a crazy drill, but it's also like a barrier which has like protective properties. Now, the sphere or the Rasengan itself is also unstable because we see the shape of the Rasengan fluctuating wildly, unlike your traditional mastered Rasengan where you have complete containment. Alright? Now, a refined version of this jutsu would be the parent and child Rasengan, where basically a parent and child form a Rasengan. This is considered a cooperation ninjutsu. If you know anything about ninjutsu, and cooperation ninjutsu is when two ninjas combine their techniques to create a new one. Now, this one functions with a parent and a child, like the name would suggest, where you combine their chakras to create one massive Rasengan. Now, this is popularly referenced when Naruto and Boruto worked together to take down Momoshiki in the Boruto movie, but it was also used by Minato and Naruto during the Fourth Great Ninja War. Now, we also have the Big Ball Rasengan. To put it simply, the Big Ball Rasengan is just a more powerful version of the standard Rasengan, but interestingly enough, Minato could use this technique in the little Jiraiya novel that Tsunade was reading in her Infinite Tsukiyomi dream in the anime filler, which again, super awesome filler episode, but whatever. We have the Sage Art Rasengan. We also learned from the War Arc that Minato is technically a perfect sage. Now, when Minato, even though he has a hard time gathering the necessary amount of nature energy required to enter Sage mode, he is able to perfectly balance the nature energy with his own chakra, okay? Now, when in Sage mode, the user can add or use a Senjutsu enhanced version of the Rasengan known as the Sage Art Rasengan. It's fundamentally the same version, it's just a lot more powerful because this version of the Rasengan is imbued with Senjutsu chakra. Now, while in Sage mode, users of the Rasengan also have an easier time forming larger Rasengans, like the Ultra Big Rasengan or the Ultra Big Ball Rasengan we've seen used by Naruto and Jiraiya and Kashin Koji. We also know that adding Senpo Rasengan or Sage Art Rasengan to your techniques allows you to harm the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Now, talking about Jinchurikis, Minato is also, as an Edo, the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. So let's talk about some of the Tailed Beast Rasengans Minato could have technically whipped out if he didn't get, like, you know, completely, like, mind messed up by Obito, you know? So, due to the Nine Tails influence, right, the Rasengan can actually become darker in color, that way making it even more stronger than before because it has some of the negative chakra or the Tailed Beast chakra. Now, after learning how to use his Nine Tails chakra mode, right, and KCM1, Naruto can use his chakra arms in place of shadow clones in order to help create the Rasengan. Since Naruto can manifest multiple chakra arms at once, this in turn means he can use multiple Rasengans simultaneously. And considering that Minato as an Edo, right, Minato or Edo Minato is also the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, which means he's capable of, or at least he's shown that he's capable of mastering and controlling the Tailed Beast chakra. And it stands to reason, since my boy showed us KCM1 and KCM2, that Minato could potentially wield all of the nine-tailed variations of the Rasengan. So I'm talking Minato using Naruto's version of the super mini tailed beast bomb, or we could see the Vermilion Rasengan, or any plethora of the nine-tailed variations. If he wants to get creative with the cloak, we had Naruto do a bunch of different Rasengans in KCM1. So yeah, let's talk about it in the comment section below, though. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what the secret behind Minato's jutsu really is. Is he the original creator of the Rasengan? Let me know down below. Do you think that he stole this jutsu from the Tailed Beast, or is Kishimoto gonna canonize the events of Ashura and Indra or whatever and have him have the Ame no Mi Hashira? Anyway, I've been your man's the Grass Ninja. Don't forget to leave a like. Peace out. Bye.